What's going on, guys? It's me, Shugishu. We are back with another Musume video, and in this video, we are just gonna do day 2 of round 2. And while I go over the comments, of course, and also, I guess, talking about the weekend if there's enough time and any other things. And then also, just a quick update on day 1 since I didn't record day 1. I pretty much just had to do it just to see. Well, obviously, I made it to Group B because it was easy enough because just need one win to make it to the finals. I also did a slight change as a quick test, which I felt like I wanted to try. I should have tried at least once in the first round. Is I actually brought over the UE8 Duramente that I trained prior to the actual preparation of the CM, and she actually did pretty darn well. 8 first place, 3 second, and 1 third, and the rest 3. But it's like a lot of the basically the second and third placements were because Tachyon took those wins from her as well. I was paying attention to the races at the end, at least, because literally the first set of races won all the races. It was one of those occasions where I was like, yeah, I got all my races. Kind of wish that was kind of like a promotion of Group A, but at the same time, I realized that it was too easy, so it wouldn't make sense to go to Group A that easily. Go back to Group A that easily. So yeah, I understand. Yeah, that happened. That nearly happened throughout all the 3 sets of races. The other 2 were 4 wins and 1 loss, sadly. But it is what it is. So yeah, we're just gonna keep using her while I go over the comments, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And we'll just go over any other things if we have time. But other than that, we'll just have the CM going on in the back, because as we already know, I'm already in Group B finals. So the first few comments are gonna be from Nova. To be honest, I wasn't the nerd in high school as people thought I was. I studied like maybe 2 hours per night and spent the most of the remaining time on games like Counter-Strike, MMORPGs. I also procrastinated a lot. Like that one time where I finished 3 projects for 3 different subjects in one night. I started doing that at 12 a.m. and got that done around 4 a.m. I actually failed PE during senior year just because I always show up late. Yeah, I never really did study except for the first year because I realized that it was just easy. Of course, I did study when I feel like I didn't understand the subject too much. It doesn't matter which one it was. If I didn't understand the topic, then of course I'll spend like some time on it just to get the basics of it. Or just try to find like the key like the key notes or key points of the chapter or whatever, if it's like history or something. But I do remember in sophomore year in world history, I slept literally every class since day 1, and the last class before the semester ended, my teacher literally asked me, "Can you stay up for one of my classes?" I literally looked at him straight in the eye and like, "I'm sorry, sir, but I'm gonna go back to sleep." And he just let me go back to sleep. Because at the end of the day, I still had an A in the class, so what can I say? But I'll be honest, just like most most high school students who, well, most high school students, I did cheat when it was possible. When it was possible. I'm not gonna be like I was the good student, because I definitely wasn't, and definitely wasn't. There's a couple stories, but that'll take up some time. But yeah, I stopped taking the school seriously after the first year, even senior year. PE though, I like PE, so I always did like I'd tried as much as I can to have fun in PE if we were doing sports, and worked out whenever we were just in the gym training or lifting weights and all that. Was fine with that also, because I was also into sports as well, so it all worked out. It all worked out in the end. But I do remember too, I think this was my senior year where I had like this computer robotics class. It's basically we're just building robots, some computers, building computers as well, and then just a little bit of computer programming, but not just like the basics, like more basic than basic, I would say. But we would also go around the campus fixing computers, but also there was a lot of free time to do just like other stuff because we're not always doing all that stuff anyway. So we would just do like homework from other classes and all that. And one of my classmates, he types so freaking fast. He would type me an essay. I'll pay him $5 because that's all he asked for. So he got a lot of essays done for me. He got a lot of $5. All right. So he would literally type any essay in like 5-10 minutes. No matter. He was, what would you call, nerd, but he was a real cool dude. He was also a gamer at the same time, so he was a real cool dude. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Moving on with the comment though. Funny story is that a guy from history class, oh, speaking about history class, challenged me to a duel that one time. A duel? There was a test coming up and he wanted to prove that there's no way I could beat him if he cheated, and I didn't. For that class, our history teacher always falls asleep during quizzes and tests, so cheating was a commonplace among those who bear no honor. That cheating was a commonplace among those who bear no honor. Hey, I don't know about that. I mean, whether I was cheating or not, the classes were still easy. I cheated like in every class, especially if I was not knowledgeable of the current topic, because either it was just I wasn't paying attention or I didn't put in the time, and that's not my fault. But yeah, my little brother went to the same high school too, and same thing. they didn't. That a lot of the teachers that I had were still there, and same thing. Except it was easier because it was during COVID as well, so it was online. So like half of his high school was online, and half of it was on campus. But nonetheless, it was so easy, so they didn't really keep watch on the students. But anyways, as for me, I just don't cheat in general, so I accepted this challenge, or his challenge. We did that test and the result was shocking to him. At least he got 98% and I got 100%. Little did he know that history was my strongest subject, so he basically lost the moment he challenged me. Wait, so he cheated and you didn't, but he got 98%. I'm assuming, okay, there's two ways this could have gone. I'm assuming he's not like the best person in history class. You said it was your best subject, so I'm assuming you were probably one of the top students in that class. But I'm gonna assume that he may be just like passing in the class. Maybe not has a good grade in that class. and maybe he thought you didn't. So since maybe he doesn't usually get that high of a test score, so maybe that he didn't go for the full 100 for that reason, so he just went for a 98. Not assuming that you would get 100. That's what I'm thinking. But that's just my assumption. Next comment says, second day of the CM is just 3 wins for one of each. Uma's A. At least you made it to the finals in Group A, right? I remember you being in Group A. Dura, Vivlos, and Cheer Nature. I guess I'm just chilling for now, and I don't feel like doing more runs for the CM. I mean, you could just to get more free jewels, regardless. I have to mentally prep for the next scenario, and I do hate changes. I give up on some of the master races since they're kinda meh. I, for one, don't like changes too much as well, but once in a while, well, it depends what we're talking about. If it's just like my room, I would say small changes, like maybe change up some placements of things or just clean up and all that, and then move things around. But we're talking like big changes and all that, yeah, I hate it too, but as a guy who also played like sports, you also gotta learn how to adapt. So kind of just got used to it. But some things aren't easily adaptable, so just gotta take it one step at a time. But if we're talking about this new training center, we'll be fine. Take another week or two to really understand it, I guess, and then should be good. As long as you don't go on another month hiatus being away from the game. For personal reasons, of course. You were on vacation, so it's all good. Totally understand. I do the same thing if, because like I said, I'd rather, if I was on vacation overseas, you know, I'd rather be outside enjoying, you know, the scenery, or like just wherever I am, just enjoy the places. So it's all good. Yeah, as long as you don't take another month break, you should be fine in like a week or two. It also depends like what kind of training mechanics they have, I guess. And I I I haven't, I'll be honest, over the weekend, I haven't really trained at all. Kind of just stepped off the train, just, you know, I just stopped to just stop training for a bit. I just did CM for day one. That was pretty much it. Yeah, see, I won all the races there, and Dormenting did well. I kind of have that regret of not trying to use her because I was confident in this one prior to the thing. Of course, I didn't know that 1200 would be the best option, but it is Group B, so it probably would be harder in round one. But I just wish I tried at least. But it's all good. There's always next time. Well, it'll be in a new scenario, so I'm gonna be just trying to get to UE. No, not UE. UC. And I need to train. I need to start training again because I still want to push to see if I can get a UD before the scenario ends. I don't want another ending of Lark scenario. Actually, did they do any news on the new scenario yet? No, because the Hawk Alive is tomorrow, or is it the 24th their time? And it was today, actually. When I mean today is because I am recording this a day early. Like I did say, I was gonna record Monday videos on Sunday for time management reasons, but let's see, what is this Pac Alive? No, this is the old one. June 24th at 8 p.m. So that is their time. So it was today. My time today. This is already done for you guys. Yeah. We'll review the new training scenario. So I guess we'll probably get news on it soon. Maybe. If I got the time correct. 6:24 at 8. That should have been today. Or is it tonight? Oh. 8 p.m. 8 a.m. 8 p.m. Oh, that's tonight. From what it sounds like. I'm getting my times wrong. Hold on. It should be going on right now. My bad, guys. My bad. Anyways, so yeah, we should get. Let me see. Let me refresh the news. Maybe they already do it. No, they'll most likely do it after the stream. Let me actually check YouTube real quick. YouTube. That. Musume. Let's see if they're streaming. I could be wrong and it is not going on, but I just want to see if anything's going on right now. I guess not? Maybe I am wrong, guys. I don't know. Maybe it ended and... Because I remember they do have breaks, but they usually stay live, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I might be wrong. But anyways, moving on with the comment. I might take Eugen's advice and start getting more parent Umas. I can do Dober or Series. It's just RNG Fest again. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just have to put in much more time into the game, of course. So you're probably looking at least doing all your daily 5 runs to really increase your chances of getting parents throughout the days. I, for one, should probably do that as well, but it's kind of hard because, like you, we play multiple gachas, and of course we want to spend times on our other games as well. Speaking about spending other times in games, until the 1.1 update of Wuthering Waves, I can say that I could spend less time in a little bit less time more in Wuthering Waves now because I finally 100% the map. So yeah, I can finally do that now for Star Rail because I do need to do it for the recent a map. There's a lot of places because I also needed to raise the statue, so to get, you know, rewards and also some level up things. So I kind of want to do it anyway. And then also, I think I may have missed it from the last world also, so I'm gonna do that as well. And then I'll debate if I'll take a break from doing all that crap and then go to Genshin, because honestly, I should do it in Genshin, like I said, because I need the mats for like the books for EXP materials, basically. And then Primo Gems, it's free Primo Gems. It's my time for more pulls, I guess. But at least it'll be easy. I could just look like at a map online while doing it. Have YouTube on the side. No. I did that with Wuthering Waves, so totally doable. Yeah, it'll be fine. Plus there's like a loot mapper type of deal also in Genshin. So it shouldn't be bad. It's just like there's 5 different nations or whatever out there. 5, right? Yeah, 5. Yeah, I might take a break after start when I do it in Star Rail. But let's see. Nuds had replied to this comment saying, Sirius's ult is really, really strong. I had Dober's ult as well. Noah responded saying, It's funny because I do like both Sirius and Dober, but got preoccupied with Dura and Vivlos recently. Is because maybe you like both of them more? Maybe. And then Tanoki responded saying, getting as in training for a good parent or actually pulling doing Legends races for them. I'm pretty sure it's actually training them because I pretty sure I don't know if he pulled for Sirius actually or got Sirius. That's a good question. Unless he might be talking about the Sirius. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Nova will let us know maybe. But in any case, yeah, I've been kind of hoping for that staple parent Uma to be released over these 6 months, and so far there has been none. Now I'm stuck with just Measurable Ryan and Taiki Shuttle, mainly with Pasa, Takian, and Aguri to fill up what I can. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. Seeing Tanoki's reply to the comment made me realize something or remember something. So I do still have the ticket for that we got for the 3rd anniversary for a support card that you would get a support card that has been released prior to it, I believe. And I remembered how Tanoki said that the Measuro McQueen Wise card was still pretty darn good without being limit broken, and I'm tempted to get it. I'm tempted to get it. What do you guys think? Should I do it? It would be helpful, especially since I like using leaders as well. So it might work out, and I could kind of back off the Ramino maybe and give it a shot. But there's also that, you know, I could possibly get also the Sports Fest Mihono Bourbon because that's good for escapes as well. But I just got another Wise card, which is the Chaser one. Should I just get the Alcondor Pasta Speed card though? Or should I just pull for another speed? There's so many options that I could go for. There's so many options. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the Wise McQueen though. I don't know. I might do it. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna do it yet, but kind of just thinking. But thank you, Nuz and Tanoki, for responding to that comment. And lastly, from Nova, waifus outside of Uma, eh? I guess you can look up some Blue Archive characters such as Wakamo, Izuna, and Mika. They are all very, very legal. Don't worry. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, games like Blue Archive and all that will most likely have a lot of waifus. I mean, it's pretty understandable. Pretty Derby is one of them. And then games, of course, like Genshin, Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, you know, there's going to be a lot of waifus. I guess I could name a few of mine while we're at it from, I guess, different games or anime. For Genshin, it is Yoimiya, but Navia is a close second. I really, really like Navia. For you guys that do know what Navia looks like, she's blonde with like the 4 drills. So like, normally I don't like the drills, I'll be real, but for like the Hoyo games basically, because Bronya from Impact and also Star Rail, because Bronya's still there, and 2 different versions, Bronya and Silver Wolf, but I do like them as well. So yeah, Navia, her personality, her design, yeah, she's a close second, but I really like Yoimiya. Star Rail, Firefly was recently like I guess the biggest, like, I guess, hype and waifu, I would say, for the 2.0 story, I would say. And then I would say Robin would be second. I really feel like her as a character, and also her as, you know, using her as the character for fighting, she is stupid strong. I've used her myself finally, and yeah, I don't even have her light cone yet. I'm still trying to pull for it. Even though knowing I do want to pull for Jade next banner, but I've been doing this the whole time, so I think I'll keep trying regardless. But for Star Rail, originally, originally it was Sela, because I did also like Sela and Impact. Originally it was Sela, but then they revealed Topaz, and Topaz went up immediately. Immediately. I guess I could say a few others maybe. To be a little different, I guess we can go Love Live, because I've said this before, I have watched it and I have enjoyed it. We'll just go with the first 2 seasons though. I guess I could name off 4 from my favorites mainly. So the first one, Maki; second, Chika; third, Setsuna; and then the fourth one, Kanon. Of course, I do have a favorite for each year, but then that's just way too many names at that point. Let's see. Let's go to a recent game that I started playing, which was, or not, I say like 6 months. Pretty recent still. Let's go with Atelier, at least this specific Atelier game. We're not going with Ryza because that's a obvious pick, I would say. We'll go with I guess a character that's originally from this game, and it would be Valeria. I really like her. Ever since she was introduced in the story until me catching up to the story recently with the chapter I just finished, or yeah, chapter I just finished, made me like her even more. And she was also the half anniversary character, and I'm so glad I was able to pull for her. I actually got both, so that was even better. And yeah, I think that's enough. That's enough. If there's any more, you guys want to know more, if there's any you're curious about from possible animes that you think I may have watched, just put it down in the comments and I'll let you know in the next video. But other than that, that is pretty much it from Nova. So thank you for all the comments, Nova. I am just gonna refresh real quick just to see if any more comments. Yeah, Denoki had added another comment, so it's a good thing I did that. So the next few comments are gonna be from Nuz. Wow, I had my second race today since my ACL injury. Ooh, it's been a few months, I believe. It was a friendly race since season already ended, so not that competitive, but I still tried. Only ended 20th though. Or actually, I guess it's decent since I was 20th out of 100 people. But yeah, I wanted podium at least, but I'll be training harder in the off season because I want to try and cycle for a team next season, hopefully. Well, I would say that 20th is still pretty darn good. You are, in the top 5th of the 100. So I'd say that's pretty darn good for your second race after recovering from your ACL injury. I mean, yeah, think about it. It was an ACL injury, so it's a really serious one, and especially, I guess in general for any sport, I'd say it really sucks trying to get back into the groove and all that. It's kind of like, it's sad to say, and I don't want to say it because you're going through it, but seeing a lot of players that I love to watch in basketball, football, American football to be more specific, because don't want to confuse it just in case. But yeah, and any other sports, of course, you see your favorite player or any other player go through an injury like that, it just sucks for them, of course, for everyone, sport and all that, because it's when they come back, sadly, yes, it'll take time for them to come back, but sometimes you just can't go back to the same player as you are. Especially, I'll say one example: Klay Thompson from the Golden State Warriors. He suffered an Achilles injury. Then after that, when the season he was supposed to come back after recovering from that, he tore his ACL, and was out for like another year, year and a half, maybe, yeah, year and a half, and it was just bad. And he was a really good player, really good defensively and offensively, and now he's he's a shell of his former self. It's sad to say, especially late in his career now. So for being your second race, 20th, I'd say is pretty darn good. Just baby steps, you know. Like you got 20th now, maybe the next friendly race, try 10th. Try 10th. Of course, you want to try and go for podium. I'm not saying you shouldn't try for podium, but if you get 10th, that's an improvement, you know? It's just baby steps, I'd say. But I'm pretty sure you know that, so I'm just saying that because I've played sports too, so fortunately, not unfortunately, but fortunately for myself, I haven't suffered a serious injury like that. The worst for me was I guess I would say a concussion. I have had a scare with my Achilles a few times where um I don't know if it was it would be where the Achilles is, and obviously I don't know if I felt a little snap, a little tear or something, but when it happened, I just immediately fell, and I was limping for quite a bit, but eventually it went away. I did get it checked, but they didn't say it was anything, so I don't know. I may have just avoided something really serious there, but there were some instances also where it wasn't so serious, but it just started, you know, hurting. But I've been fine this for since it stopped, so yeah. Other than that, a lot of a lot of ankle sprains, unfortunately. Um, Especially when I was playing basketball, whether it was for the school or just casually on the court, you know, during school or just in a park or in the gym. You know, just go for a rebound, go for a shot. You might land on someone's foot, and usually it always ends in a bad ankle sprain. Those are like the worst, the worst. But yeah, I would say, yeah, probably the worst would be a concussion. Those aren't good for the long term either. Especially if you get a couple. Definitely bad. But moving on, yeah, back in high school, I never studied. Only in the first year, I basically always failed all my tests, besides math, because I was just goated at math. I still hate math. Like I was able to pass my classes, obviously, but I just hated math. As much as I hated it, it still wasn't that hard for me. I just didn't like it. But for some reason, I always passed my exams. But now in uni, it's a different world. I'm studying day in and day in and day out. I guess day in and day out. Um, yeah, I would say in the beginning, I didn't really take it too seriously. I'll be honest with that. I'll be honest with that. You know, fresh out of high school, you know, I commuted to my school, so you know, I had like this freedom, you know, driving around, get to see my high school friends. You know, I did a lot of that. I did a lot of a lot of going on, not partying, but just going out with, you know, the friends who either play ball, uh, or just to go to different places, just hang out and chill. And yeah, you know, eventually become of age. I'd say, oh, of course, you know, there was those random parties. My friend did invite me, the ones I hang out to his cousin's birthday party, and there was drinks. Of course, we were just like 18. We're just like 18, but you know, it was a family party. They didn't care. It was a fun night regardless. It was a fun night regardless. I don't condone it. It was my own choice. I don't condone it. Just like the next example, 18, legal age for certain things at that time. Was able to go to, you know, I wasn't the perfect child. I wasn't the, but I was still, you know, I was still a cool guy to hang out with. I was nice and all that. And yeah, you know, went to hookah lounges, being honest here, being totally transparent. And that lasted for a long time. I would say a long time. But yeah, I went out for a lot of times. Yes, actually some of those outings were actual like study sessions also with my classmates, but also mixed with my friends, so yeah. Sometimes I would go to the hookah lunch and do some homework or study. But yeah, in college I did study more though. Because there was no way all that information, because I went to fast track programs, but that was pretty that was pretty much it. And I would say that I'm just gonna do this just so I can get a little more than what I'm going, just so I can also go over the rest of the comments. But yeah, I would say that I went to a few different um I guess you can say private colleges. I did start in a public college. I'm saying college because America. But we basically call colleges universities at the same time, but yeah. I guess you could call the first one I call university because it is in the name, I guess. Um I mean, I went to a few after like, you know, life decisions. My fault, but still worked out at the end of the day. And after, oh, there's also some personal things that happened throughout the way. That one did after that I did take like, how long did it take? I think 2 or 3 years. Between 2 to 3 years before I actually like recoup. I spent that the time just you know, making sure things were all right. I was also working. So, you know, and also making new friends, made some new close friends. Actually saw him recently, yesterday, for me yesterday. And yeah, it was a good 2, 3 years. Pretty much needed. It was like a nice reset that I needed. That was also the time where I went had a vacation in Europe with my best friend, and that was before I went back to school. So it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, a lot of a lot of reminiscing. A lot of reminiscing. Did not expect that. But lastly, from Nuz, and if everyone is saying, then for me personally, I like waifus with long hair or bulky hair, and size doesn't really matter. Oh, commenting while watching video and waifus that not in Uma, I'd say Susanne from Classroom of the Elite. I like her personality, not irony, unlike Nova. Ooh. And for Genshin, I'd say Farina. Oh, okay, I could see it. I do like Farina also as a character. But I do like her more than others. I like her bulky hair. Don't don't play any other waifu game. Fair, fair. But yeah, Genshin. I already said mine, Yoimiya, but Navia was a very close second. Very close second. Um, for me, I don't know if I mentioned it. I find for some reason a lot of the waifus that I like have like medium shoulder length, maybe a little, just like a little past shoulder length type of hair, but I do have a good amount of long haired ones and all that. Hairstyles don't really necessarily matter, just I don't know, just all comes down to how they are in the anime, I'd say for myself. Um let's see. Me just looking around my room, trying to get like an idea. Well, I guess we can go like up pretty derby with like the short. medium hair. Kita, pretty good example. Technically, Teo is like a mixture of both. She does have like the long hair, but when she ties it up, it just looks like she has medium hair because their sides are short. It's just the back that's long. So when she ties it up, it looks like she has short hair or medium hair. I guess like quintuplets. I do like Nino, and then Miku would be the second. I know those are the top two, but that's who I ended up liking. Can't help it, to be honest. I know. Blanking out here. I'm blanking out here. What was her name? I don't remember. Sorry. Moving on. I guess Persona 3. I'm sorry. I really like Makoto. I really like Makoto. When I went to Anime Expo for the first time, yeah. Atlas was there and they had a shirt they were only selling there. You bet I lined up. I already was going early anyway because I didn't want to wait in the line in the heat. So I'd rather wait in the line in the front, get in earlier than others in the colder weather. So yeah, not only that, the shirts were delayed, but they were still selling it. But they were delayed like another hour. It was a pain in the butt because we were already inside and they were already rotating the line. And we basically waited another hour. But what me and a lot of people did was after we already went around once, we went back in line. And when I got back, we all noticed that people were staying and letting just people who weren't buying the shirt go forward. And the employees of Atlas, or the people from Atlas, caught on and they're like, all right, who's here is waiting for a shirt? So many people raised their hands in the front because obviously we were kind of crowding them, but we had no choice. They allowed it. In the end, they allowed it. Basically I had two lines: people who was waiting for the Makoto shirt and people who were buying other things other than the Makoto shirt. And yeah, we waited quite a bit and eventually got the shirts. Also made it in time to get, I guess, the limited pin they were giving away. So yeah. Yeah, if, like I said, if there's any other specific animes, let me know down in the comments and we'll go with that. Thank you guys for the comments also. And the next two comments too, maybe three, let me refresh. Next two comments, the last two comments actually are going to be from Tanoki. At this point, round 2, day 1, made my 3 wins to go into the final round, Group A. Satisfying to go off meta with my son and Suzuka and Meisho Dodo pulling their weight. Of course, Duramente is a meta pick, but I've strayed more this CM than any other. Hey, it's perfectly fine if you're using off meta. Pretty sure a lot of us do use off meta. Oh, yeah, a lot of us do use off meta. I just use Duramente because I wanted to use her more because I really like her. Just like Kita, just so happened she became a meta character. Just like Cap. I really like Cap. She's in my top 5 of the Umas. Of course I'll use her. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me to say that I try not to use meta. I'm honest. I'll be honest. I mean, but you know, sometimes I just want to use Makita. Sometimes I just want to use... It's all good. Just use whoever you want to use. That's all I'm trying to say. So don't worry about it. But congrats on making your way to finals round Group A. Definitely doing better than I am. Definitely. Honestly, I don't know. I thinking about if maybe my Duramente could have gotten 3 wins and this Duramente could have gotten 3 wins in round 1. There could have been that chance for me to be in Group A still, but I'll never know. But it's okay. I can always try in the next CM. But first, we gotta go through the League of Heroes. That's gonna be an interesting sprint training. Not looking forward to it because it's just sprint training, so I know it's just gonna be stupid amount of speed. But the last comment from Tanoki says, I just hit a CM race where each of my opponent had 2 debuffers and both their main racing Uma had some debuff skills as well. Dang. Being hit by all the debuffs was extremely amusing. Not even mad I lost his race, to be honest. I don't blame you, especially since you already made it to Group A finals. I would say I would probably be amused by it as well because honestly, I'm kind of curious how that how that looks. That's a hell of a lot of debuffs. I'm assuming. How did it end though? I'm assuming that you didn't win because of all the debuffs, because that's a crazy amount of debuffs. 2 debuffers. And it's funny because I believe Nuz mentioned something about having 2 debuffers. Not sure. Other than that, thank you for all the comments, Tanoki, Nuz, and Nova. Appreciate it as always. But yeah, I guess I could say a quick little update on myself for the weekend. So as you guys know, on Friday I did say I was bringing my grandma to her her post-op eye surgery appointment. I made that sound way more complicated than it sounded supposed to. Her eye appointment basically, and I was early in the morning, which is why I recorded slightly earlier on Friday because I needed to. And after that, we were there for a while, so stayed up for that. And after that, my dad needed me for something. So basically, I was tired on Friday. Didn't, and as you guys know me, I don't sleep at night. Like I say, I usually don't sleep at night. If I do, then I must have not slept all day. But yeah, got home after all that. I'm still doing a few errands. Also did a few errands. My dad also needed my, so I had to help him also. And then, you know, finally had time to myself and went to sleep. Once I had enough sleep, just had my typical night, just relaxing. Because I still, even though I slept a few hours, of course, obviously, it was nighttime, like close to nighttime when I woke up. It was still daylight because the sun doesn't go down until like 8:30, as it feels like. It's not, it's like, even when it's 8:30, there's still like a hint of lightness. It's like not completely dark until like 9 p.m. It's stupid. I hate it. I hate this time. I hate it. I'd rather have it be dark at 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Like, start sunset at 4:30 p.m. I love that way more. Way, way more. You, can't, you could tell I'm a night person. And then just spend my night doing the usual things. Then Saturday, that's when I did the Wuthering Waves, because I only needed one more area, and I had like a little less than 20%, but that little less than 20% took me like 2 hours because it's so little to look for. So yeah, that did that. It was hot too over the weekend. Today's gonna be another hot day. Yesterday was the hottest day, but it's gonna be consistently hot. The summer heat's here now, and I'm not happy about that because I hate the summer heat. I hate the summer heat. I am a winter baby. Definitely a winter baby. But I think I'll be watching anime soon. I think I said that last time, but I think I'll be watching anime again soon. I'm still caught up in watching my paranormal stuff on YouTube, but it's all good. What I can say about the ones I do watch, um, it may sound biased, but I've watched enough of their videos. because a lot of the stuff I literally they're the type to make sure they debunk stuff, so it makes the things more interesting, in my opinion. In my opinion, way more interesting than a lot of the others that I watch a few videos of because I immediately knew this one. The only two I watch or three I watch have been pretty legit. And if you are aware of like the Warrens, thanks to like the Conjuring, of course, you guys probably should know it. You know, if you get it, they get invited there, they record a video there, they have the real Annabelle there. Do you really, you know, if they're that far into it, it's kind of you get to a point where you kind of just believe them, and it just happens. But enough of that. The video is pretty much done because we are at the end. Uh, the best part about me recording this is that on the day off, which was the day off between this day and the finals, is that there's a break day, which is for me tomorrow, but which is also Monday, the day this video goes up. So it's perfect that it will just fill in that spot. Because normally what I would do would just do a random training session, but obviously the time worked out for myself and it all worked out in the end of the day. So yeah, so the next Pretty Derby video is gonna be the finals video. And I'm just hoping to I'm just happy I'm there to get free jewels. So uh if I get first place, that'd be the best. Of course, obviously it's first place. I guess another quick update of the weekend. I was watching Formula Drift. Really like watching Formula Drift. Just a quick little tangent on it before I end the video. The best things about me watching Formula Drift this season is that I'm just really enjoying this season. There's a 14-year-old, yes, a 14-year-old from Japan, and he is so good. Can you tell him into cars? But yeah, he was doing so good. And for this weekend's tournament, one of the ones I support, or I guess two of the ones I support made podium. One of them won it. James Dean and another one, Adam LZ, got third place. So was happy for them. Was definitely happy for them. But yeah, I guess the best thing I like about, because I also about like watching this thing for me, is that some of them, or I guess a lot of them, are YouTubers also. So I get to follow them, with their builds, their other cars and all that. And also another one is into Time Attack, and been following him as well, but he's also trying to get into drifting just so he can drift his friends. But also the best thing about drifting as well is that I also get the Japan content when they travel to Japan, when they're in like Ebisu and going to like their Matsuri events, Matsuri fall, summer, and spring, I believe. I don't think they do winter because the snow and all that. But yeah, and also around the world, like Ireland, New Zealand. It's all fun and games. I watch a lot of car YouTubers. But yeah, enough of that tangent. Just wanted to talk about it a little bit. It was relatable to my weekend. It was. But other than that, guys, sorry for extending this video more than I should. I do tend to yap a little bit. I do apologize, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are making this far, I do want to say thank you. I do appreciate it so much. And if you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how your guys' weekend were, what your results were for the second round, if you guys made it to the finals for whatever group you are, group A or group B, and also anything that may have happened over the weekend. Maybe you did some pulls in another game. If you play another gacha game, let me know if you got any new pulls, um, or if anything interesting happened over the weekend. let me know as well down in the comments down below. And if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about, put it down in the comments. As long as it's appropriate, I will go over it. And with that being said, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.